Still bearish on XRP? Give me a few minutes of your time. I'm about to blow your minds with what we've come across. This is wild. Rlusd issuance and distribution is coming. This thing is going to be absolutely monumental. Expect a pretty sizable move for XRP. The main utility is here. We're going to talk about it all in this video. So if you're bullish on that kind of thing, you want more XRP content, hit that like button, turn your notification bell on so you're not going to miss a beat in this bull market. And with that being said, let's get into it. Okay, so let's talk about the issuance and the distributor. Now, again, what you can see here on the screen is pretty much a payment system. You have the consumer, the acquirer, the merchant, and the issuer. And this could be anything from Visa to any traditional payment system. You have the custodian, the person that has the product, shall we say. You have the person that sells it, and then in between a transaction takes place that if we take Visa as an example, it will go to Visa, they will process it, and then they will give it to the consumer. Here's where it gets interesting. Obviously, when we talk about things like credit cards, we talk about ultimately being able to do transactions. There has to be something that sits behind it that kind of facilitates that whole movement. That is the currency, if you will, that moves between it. And Rlusd is going to do that. The stablecoin backed by XRP, launched not so long ago, testing currently on mainnet. Well, this is where it gets interesting. Avio_XO talks about how the Rlusd wallets are professionally set up. What does this mean? These are the distributor wallets. These are the people that are going to be distributing out Rlusd. Well, who's that? Banks, financial sectors, exchanges. Why? There is some hard evidence to say that these have been professionally set up. This isn't someone just randomly put in a wallet. These are professionally set up wallets with an absolute purpose, multi-sig, and they absolutely link back to previous stable coins from financial sectors that have been used. I'm going to reel the video. This is absolutely wild.
So, but this is where my observation comes into play, because 10 accounts popped up that are very much standing out to me. They don't stand out to me because of this, because we established that this means absolutely nothing. They stand out to me because they are configured professionally. Okay, what do I mean with that? Let's look into it. So an account popped up yesterday with 1,000 XRP that activated 10 accounts with 20 XRP, one after another, very quickly, and then configured those accounts in a professional setup. It configured those accounts in a way that makes only sense for an account that is involved in a business setting where compliance is a factor. So let's look at some of these accounts. You can just pick one of those, and I'm going to pick this 9 one here. And you see this account has a couple of very interesting things. For example, it has a multi-sig. Multi-sig enabled immediately. It was configured. Plus, it has deposit auth and token authorization as well, which are both very interesting setups, and you would expect them in that as well. So you can look them up. For example, require auth, which is here the token auth, and it is described as essentially a handshake issuer trust line between the issuer and the counterparty account. And it's also showing you a very readable example. It comes very in handy. That's a stable coin, so it describes you in plain text how it's being can be used in a stable coin issuing setting. So we are seeing now accounts that are being set up in a way that makes a lot of sense to be involved in issuing in the whole issuer and redemption part of stable coins. And in my opinion, they qualify a lot to be the distribution accounts. Okay, they share very similar settings to the distribution account here. A multi-sig is enabled, for example, as well. It has also deposit auth, for example, here. Require auth as well, which is very, very interesting. I think we can check that out real quick here. Yeah, token auth. So this is currently the distribution account of Palau. It has a multi-signer, it has a token auth as well. The only thing that it does not have is the deposit auth, but that's not a problem, I think, for them. And if you go now to these other accounts, so this is why I had to redo the video, because not all of these accounts had a multi-signer set up. For example, this last one here did not. And just right now, just a couple minutes ago, like 5 minutes ago, this account was updated with multi-signer, so I had to redo the video because yeah, it was not before in it. So we see they're all configured professionally, and in my opinion, they're really good candidates for being essentially the distribution account.
So hopefully that gives you a sentiment of what's coming, and more importantly, why. And the question will be here that RLUSD is going to come out. We obviously all are expecting this when it comes to XRP, again, built out from the Ripple team. And you may think to yourself, well, why is this a big deal? And simply put, there is already massive partnerships that are already linking directly into Ripple. These are just some of them, but actually when you look at them in terms of maybe licensing, or you look in terms of the dates they come in, there is a common theme that we are building significant partnerships. We are building important partnerships, and actually where you see financial sectors that are growing, you see Ripple partnering with a number of these. For example, you can take a look at the Dubai International Finance Center, again August 2024, as well as the improved MPI license in October 23. SPI Holdings is huge, September 23 that came in. UK and EU payments accelerated in the Brazil Bank, and we've talked about the top bank in Brazil supporting with XRP, as well as DZ Bank, and there's many others, American Express, HSBC, and others, which is very interesting. Again, once again, this partnership, and don't forget, all of these wallets are coming as well. So distributors could be some of these distributing out to their holders, their institutions, or more importantly, being a caveat to getting the RLUSD stablecoin out. And a lot of people believe that we were miles away. A lot of people believe this wasn't coming. Feels like it's absolutely coming over the hill, and we are seeing a resurgence in the price. Yes, it hasn't skyrocketed yet. However, there is some good news when we talk about Ripple around 60 cents. We've discussed it, but here's really important. The SEC silence investors, the SEC silence fuels an investor optimism. We've heard nothing. In fact, Gary Gensler's going after other people and ultimately trying to get on the Kamala Harris Treasury move, but we haven't heard anything from a judgment. 135 million paid off, and then I think the floodgates up, and then I think everything we've been talking about for the last 12 months comes to fruition. I think we'll see partnerships. I think RLUSD will launch, and I think we'll really see who has been buying in the background, who has been stacking XRP, which balance sheet is it on, and who makes that first move. And remember what they say, those who move first generally have the best success.